Good morning and welcome to the Daily Deer, a daily episodic designed to keep your mind in the deer woods 365 days a year. Let's get into the deer woods. It's not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent, but the one most responsive to change. It's by Charles Darwin. And winter's a brutal time of year. It's very cold out here in the Midwest in Wisconsin. I think it's like -12 or something today. And winter mortality rates of deer, are they significantly increase during winter. And some of the things that contribute to that um, is late winter vulnerability. And try to find some studies here, just because I find this topic of like being responsive to change is something that, as a hunter, you need to be because things change like constantly. But then I was thinking, well, the animal we hunt has to adapt to change more than we probably ever do to some degree. I mean, they're just out there living in the wild all the time. They have to survive every single day. It's crazy. So, um, studies that I found indicate that most winter mortalities occur between March and May. Now, I don't think this is just exclusive to the Midwest, but it coincides with some of the deeper snow cover and the um, porous body condition of deer. And there is increased predation as well. I know here in Wisconsin, in the northern part of the state, the like extreme northern part of the state, there are healthy wolf herds. There's, I think, mountain lions to some degree, certainly bears, and obviously coyotes. So there's a number of different predators, and the increased predator or predation in winter is a factor as well. Wolf predation on deer intensifies during winter. Part of that's like the deep snow confines deer to a smaller area. If there's and the north usually does typically get quite a bit more snow than where I'm from in the southeastern part of Wisconsin. But additionally, crusted snow allows the wolves to move more easily on the surface, while deer would struggle, further increasing their vulnerability. Man, that would suck, honestly. Like, that'd be like, us being in shark-infested waters. The sharks can swim really great, and we can swim like crap in contrast. So the fact that predators have more advantage, it just, yeah, makes sense when you start to think about it. But, understanding what was the other thing I had here? Behavioral changes, which is what I want to focus on. Sorry. Deer adapt by seeking dense coniferous forests that offer shelter from harsh weather and predators. I'm having a hard time with that word this morning. They also reduce their metabolic rate and limit movement to conserve energy. That's crazy that just naturally their metabolic rate can decrease. There is way less abundance of food source in winter. Obviously, they're eating browse, and there's not this luscious green, crop and everything that they could just turn to eat in the spring months. There's just not just barren. They got to dig through the snow to get to stuff. They got to eat branches and things like that, twigs and stuff. Um, these animals are just built to survive. And if you've ever, obviously, if you're listening to this, you've shot a deer probably. Their will to live is like, I don't want to say nothing else I've ever seen, but it's pretty intense, and their will to live is very, very strong. Their ability to adapt and survive and get through these harsh winters is pretty crazy, especially on days like today when I'm going to go outside and start my car early, get the heater cranked up, have gloves, probably some hand warmers, all that stuff. Like, you're outside for a little bit, your face starts to hurt, and these animals are just in it. And it just is one of the things that kind of struck me this morning. Taking the trash out, just, man, it is cold out there. I can't believe the deer are just out here in this stuff. And then to top it off, they're getting chased down by predators. It's like, God, it's just, it sucks. So, understanding those dynamics underscores the importance of adaptability. And as hunters, we have to adapt all the time. The weather conditions do change. The hunting pressure will change how and where we can hunt. Setting up in different trees and things of that nature will all have an impact. There's a lot to adapt to. Wind shifts. That's more about like how you get it done. And of course, you have to adapt to the weather conditions. But we have really awesome technical gear in today's modern age that you can layer up on to withstand any of those temperature drops, and really amazing boots and alpaca or merino wool socks. It's easier for us to just get the right tools to help us adapt. Um, I think the mental side of it's probably a little bit more dynamic in terms of adaptation. You could really mentally get yourself beat up by the wily whitetail. So, but recognize that deer behavior shifts with the environment changes. The flexibility in your tactics can enhance your effectiveness, and adaptability is crucial to the natural world. Sorry for the sniffling. Got a little bit of a cold here. By observing and responding to environmental cues, both deer and hunters can navigate challenges and thrive. And I think that's yeah. Going back to Darwin's quote about the ones are that are most responsive to change can get it done. I think that's a great, just a great distillation of the whole topic. And I have a deep appreciation for these animals and all that they have to survive every single day and endure. And not all of them do survive, but as a herd, they do pretty well, I think. So they're always there, running from us the next season for us waiting for us to hunt them down. So I do enjoy these animals quite a bit, and it's fun to kind of pay attention to what they have to go through as well. But that's all I have for everybody today. Hopefully you enjoyed another episode of the Daily Deer. If you like the episodes, please subscribe, leave us a review, and comment on Spotify or iTunes or Apple Podcasts wherever you get these. And you can subscribe to our newsletter. The link is in the show notes. Have a great day, everybody.